Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
Hello and welcome to Housing TV News at the top of the hour, coming to you from our studios in the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Joyce Nwosu. Our top stories. Senate adjourns plenary early to finalize 2025 budget. Ogun Aviation Village generated 700 million naira, 5,000 jobs, says Commissioner. Housing Minister Architect Ahmed Dangiwa seeks dispute-free construction industry. From the foreign scene, rogue landlords in England will face curbs on how much housing benefits they can receive. We begin with the Senate. The Nigerian Senate adjourned plenary early to enable its Committee on Appropriation put the final touches on the 2025 budget for possible presentation and deliberation on Wednesday. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, disclosed this at the National Assembly in Abuja. Akpabio stressed the need for the Senate to quickly resume and conclude work on the budget proposal, which is now in the final stages in the Senator Solomon Adiola-led Committee on Appropriation. President Bola Tinubu had presented a total budget of 49.7 trillion naira to a joint sitting of the National Assembly on December 18, 2024. He, however, jacked up the size of the proposed 2025 budget to 54.2 trillion naira, reflecting an increase of over 5 trillion naira as a result of additional revenue from the Nigerian Customs Service, Federal Inland Revenue Services, and other government-owned enterprises.
Committee on Appropriation for the ongoing work. Having concluded today's proceedings on the order paper, I hereby move that the Senate do adjourn till Wednesday, 12th February 2024 at 11 a.m. I so move, Mr. President.
2025. Those in support of the adjournment say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The Senate is hereby adjourned.
After reading the President's communication, Akpabio promised that the Senate would expedite action on the budget and ensure that it is passed before the end of February. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, has announced the appointment of Isiaka Yokunle Ibrahim as the new Deputy Chief Whip of the House. Honorable Isiaka takes over from the late Oriyomi Onanuga, who died recently after a protracted illness. The Speaker says the choice of Honorable Isiaka for the position of Deputy Chief Whip by the leadership of the House was done after a careful and extensive consultation with the leadership of the party as well as the Southwest Caucus in the House. He charged the new Deputy Chief Whip to uphold the integrity of the office by discharging his responsibility diligently and with the highest professional standards.
Honorable Isiaka Ibrahim succeeds our dear colleague Honorable Adewumi Ijaya Onanuga, who sadly passed away earlier this year. Let us take a minute to remember Honorable Onanuga's invaluable contribution to this House and to our nation. May her soul rest in peace. We congratulate Honorable Isiaka Ibrahim on this well-deserved elevation and trust that he will bring the same dedication and commitment to his new role as he has demonstrated in his service to this House and to his constituents. We wish him success and good guidance as he undertakes this important responsibility. May we all continue to honor the memory of Honorable Onanuga by working together to serve the Nigerian people with diligence, integrity, and a sense of purpose.
In another development, the Senate has expressed worry over the whereabouts of at least 4,000 firearms This was revealed during an investigative hearing by the Public Accounts Committee. The audit report from the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation highlighted discrepancies in the police armory records between 2000 and 2020. The Auditor General of the Federation had informed the lawmakers that in 2018, the report from the Auditor General queries the missing of about 178,459 different types of arms and ammunition from the police armory without any trace, while 3,907 other assorted rifles and pistols disappeared from different police formations nationwide as at January 2020.
1. The total number of lost firearms as reported as at 31st December 2018 stood at 178,459 pieces. 2. Out of this number, 88,078 were AK-47 rifles. 3,907 assorted rifles and pistols across different police formations that could not be accounted for as at January 2020, as shown in the table below. In the table we have serial number 1 to 5 and locations, total number of missing unserviceable firearms. Serial number 1, 15 training institutions. Total number of missing ammunition, 601, not reported, was the remarks. 2, 23 formations, 42 missing items, not reported. Number 3, 37 police commands, 1,514, not reported.
The lawmakers criticized the police for failing to trace the missing weapons and apprehend those responsible. Concerns were raised that these firearms may have fallen into the wrong hands, worsening the country's security crisis.
Over 3,900 firearms are missing. So this is part of the insecurity we are seeing today in Nigeria. It goes without saying. And this is a very big revelation for Nigerians to see what is happening. If 3,900 firearms, mainly AK-47 and other rifles, are in the hands of enemies, that tells you that we are not safe. Even the police is not safe. So we need a proper explanation to this, so that we can move this country forward. This is terrible. It's 8,000 AK-47 rifles.
Meanwhile, Senator Adams Oshomole shared a personal experience in the assassination of his aide, highlighting the real-life consequences of missing firearms.
It remains a sky and police force. What you have just said is not correct. I'm telling you. Whether by common sense or by law. You attach people to the government. You didn't attach them to Benin City. Which is the correct question? Were they attached to the governor or they attached to the office? To the building? Is the governor assumed to be mobile or stationed? Under the rules of engagement, the police attached to the governor. When the governor is traveling, are they to take permission before they travel? Those attached to me regularly tells me that they go to regularize their booking, not only the booking of their arms, but also from time to time that they are where they are supposed to be. And sometimes your officers come to check if they are still with you, in case they may have left without reporting. To make the assumption you have made it to insult the intelligence of the police, not us. When you suggest to us that if an officer moves from Benin on official escort duty to which you officially and legally assigned him, that you will presume his weapon is no longer with him.
In response, the police stated that the Inspector General of Police regularly audits firearms and that the force is committed to ensuring no weapons go missing.
Some commands and formation did not report loss of firearms and ammunition. Consequently, signals were sent to the affected formation to produce comprehensive investigation report on the loss of the said ammunition and on the firearms and ammunition, as well as complete Treasury Form 146 for audit attachment in pages 219 to 224. However, it is required that the Treasury Forms 146 is completed by the Commissioner of Police in charge of the affected commands. Again, number 21 PMF did not include report of their loss of arms and ammunition to the force armament for the period of their successive audit of returns, and reason being that they were issued an official query by an external auditor, and the said query was answered. Copy of the query is hereby attached, which shows the required investigation report and Treasury Form 146 in pages 225 to 320.
However, lawmakers insisted on a clear and public explanation of the missing firearms, especially in light of recent security concerns across the country. Senators cited previous reports of security personnel selling arms to criminals, stressing that transparency is crucial. The House of Representatives has urged the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy to suspend the impending increase in telecommunications tariffs until service quality in the sector improves. The motion was sequel to a motion of urgent national importance by Honorable Ofoji Ogboko at plenary on Tuesday. He expressed concern that small businesses which rely heavily on affordable telecommunications for their operations, marketing and customer engagement will face additional financial burden if telecom's tariff is increased.
Telecommunication company improve on their service delivery, poor network, which Nigeria have been yearning for in years before embarking on the increase in tariff. There is also worried, Mr. Speaker, that far-reaching effect of the price hike will deepen financial struggle for the average Nigerian, threatening the economic vision of leveraging technology to drive economic revival, exacerbate poverty, and widen existing inequality, hitting lower-income family the hardest.
Lawmakers, however, expressed diverse opinions on the move as they argued for and against the motion.
Not too long ago, we had the electricity tariff. Now is telecom tariff. Mr. Speaker, we are here to speak for the people. Yes, I don't think our people will be mad about any tariff or any taxes if what they are being used for is being seen by the Nigerian people. The same telecom we are talking about right now, they are not at their best.
People will feel that increasing the tariff on the telecom tariff will increase that hardship. But coming from the private sector to this 10th National Assembly, I feel that suspending the increase in tariff on the performance of the telecom companies increase, I don't think it's fair. The last increase was done over a decade, over 10 years. And for somebody like I did say, coming from private sector, how do you expect them to increase their performance?
Lawmakers were, however, unanimous in their call that the Honorable Minister for Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy suspend the proposal. This was further confirmed when the Speaker put the question with a resounding nay by members.
Against, you say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Communication for further legislative action.
The House has mandated its Committee on Telecommunications to ensure compliance. Recall that the Nigerian Communications Commission recently approved a 50% tariff increase for telecom services in the country, which sparked strong criticism from Nigerians, the Nigeria Labour Congress, consumer advocates, and civil society organizations. We'll take a pause here. News stories from the build sector are up next. Please stay with us.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join the African International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming and trending housing news. You can locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, and live chat with exhibitors. You can also order house or building materials at AIHS via this app. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from the App Store and Google Play Store. And don't forget to click on the notification button. Available for both iOS and Android users. Housing TV is also on Star Times, channel 149 decoder.
You're still watching Housing TV News at the top of the hour. Now to the build sector. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to promoting a dispute-free environment in Nigeria's construction industry during a meeting with members of the Institute of Construction Industry Arbitrators at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja on Tuesday. The Institute of Construction Industry Arbitrators is a leading arbitral institution dedicated to resolving disputes in Nigeria's construction sector. The minister called for stronger partnerships and capacity building initiatives to drive excellence and efficiency in the construction industry. He, however, commended the institute's role in using dispute resolution to ensure timely, cost-effective and high-quality housing and infrastructure projects. Pension and real estate experts highlighted that these factors have deterred institutions from establishing real estate investment trusts, a key investment channel for PFAs and others in the real estate sector. Meanwhile, Nigeria constructs about 600,000 fewer homes than needed, which over the years has led to a 20 million housing deficit, leading to an expanding deficit. The residents of Gwagwalada Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory have expressed concerns over the activities of some suspected group of fraudsters prowling the streets of the town. Residents reported suspects dressed in black suits are seen near Radio House, Kutungu, and the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, convincing people to invest money with promises of doubling it within few days. Meanwhile, the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 7, Benes Igwe, on January 28, 2025, paraded 6 members of the group accused of using laptops to scam residents. During the parade, Igwe revealed the recovery of a laptop and mercury from suspects arrested in Gwagwalada for scamming victims with promises to double their money. The Ogun State government has completed the construction of 100 housing units at Gateway Aviation Village along the Ilishanikberu Road as part of its efforts to address the housing deficit. This was stated by the State Commissioner for Housing, Jagomolu Akande Omoni, during the inspection of the project on Monday, noting that the project would open up businesses in the Remo development clusters. Jagomolu stated that the housing estate, part of the Aerotropolis around Gateway International Airport, is equipped with facilities like perimeter fencing, water, electricity, security, and drainage systems. Jagomolu, however, assured that the second phase of the project with 200 housing units will begin before the end of the first quarter. He also stated that allocated subscribers can move into the estate as soon as all necessary facilities have been provided by the government. From the foreign scene, the British government has unveiled a €300 million plan to build more affordable housing with new curbs on rogue landlords, limiting the benefits they can receive if their properties are substandard. The funding, sourced from the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government's current budget, will add 2,800 affordable homes next year, while councils receive €50 million to provide 250 homes and reduce reliance on poor quality temporary housing. The government, however, plans to crack down on rogue landlords with a new licensing scheme, tougher standards and ability to stop the housing benefits to be unveiled next week. And that's the much we can take on Housing TV News at the top of the hour. Before we go, a quick recap of our top stories. Senate adjourns plenary early to finalize 2025 budget. Ogun Aviation Village generated 700 million naira, 5,000 jobs, says Commissioner. Housing Minister Architect Ahmed Dangiwa seeks dispute-free construction industry. From the foreign scene, rogue landlords in England will face curbs on how much housing benefits they can receive. For more news in the housing sector, subscribe to Housing TV Africa on YouTube and follow Housing TV on all social media platforms. Download the Housing TV Africa mobile app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. I'm Joyce Nwosu. Thanks for watching.